We grew up in cultures and families where sex was not discussed. It wasn't taught to the children. It was taboo. It was aib. It was rude. You wouldn't, you weren't allowed to even say the word sex, you know. And that's why I actually purposely use the word sex in my videos and in my posts, because I'm trying to normalize that between couples. It's not the S word, you know. But the children then grow up and then they don't know how to discuss sex, they don't know how to talk about sex, they don't know how to express what they need. There's this shyness in the bedroom. They had to learn from pornography or movies or music and so forth. And then sex is treated the same way in marriage. You know, they think they're in a porn movie or something like that, you know. It's void of intimacy and connection, right? Anyway, couples should not treat sex as a taboo in their marriage, right? The studies show, the research studies show that couples who regularly talked about intimacy had better sex lives. That it enhances their sexual intimacy the more they talk about it. And expressing your needs in general is a difficult thing if you're not used to doing that, right? Even that's another weird thing that we weren't taught. We weren't allowed to ask for what we need. So I would advise to start asking or expressing your needs, the non-sexual needs. Example, I need us to hold hands today. Can we hug more this week? Can you help me in the house tomorrow? Can you express appreciation to me this week? So you're constantly letting your spouse know what you need currently, and you're updating that every week, and then they don't have to mind read, and you know you're telling your spouse how to shine for you. When you start doing that, it's like any skill. You get better and better at it. You feel more comfortable, especially if they listen and they show up to that need as much as they could. Then you start to feel more comfortable. Then you can move on to the sexual needs. You know, you can start talking about frequency, the time of the month that you like it, what you dislike and what you do like, what you want to try, etc. You can start talking about that, you know, more openly and more frequently. And like I said, the studies show that the more open you are talking about intimacy, the more it enhances your intimacy. And then this should help remove that shyness, because you're talking about it now, you know, you're speaking about it. Intimacy is not what about, you know, if you look at the research, it doesn't show or doesn't talk about what to do in the bedroom. All the studies across the board have one thing in common, is that the couples, the people who had good sex lives versus the people who had bad sex lives, is that the people with good sex lives spoke about intimacy outside the bedroom. They cuddled often. They held hands often. They kissed often. They spoke about sex often. And they showed, or they used to find daily ways where they can compliment each other, and different ways to say I love you outside the bedroom, which creates this emotional safety. So the research shows that the couples who had better sex lives had an emotional connection, emotional safety, and that started outside the bedroom. And that's why we say foreplay is not just what happens in the bedroom. You know, saying thank you is foreplay. Saying I love you is foreplay, sincerely. You know, holding hands is foreplay outside the bedroom. Hugging, cuddling, that's foreplay outside the bedroom. So that way when you end up in the bedroom, there's that safety established, right? So, but this takes time, and you'll get better and better at it over time.